Cool. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our presentation. Can you see the screen all right? Yeah, fantastic. My name is Carlo, and this is Team Turtle Dash. Um, our project and the aim was to create an addictive game that could be played on the browser as well as on the mobile as well. Again, the team consists of 5 people. So again, myself, Carlo, alongside Charlotte, Imogen, Tamara, and Yasmin. I'd like to pass you on to Tamara, who will talk about the game and show us a demo as well.
Hi everyone, so I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of our game Turtle Dash. Now the aim of the game is that you're a little turtle swimming in the ocean and you have to swim for as long as you can before the timer reaches 0 or before the shark catches you. Now there are a number of things you need to collect in the game that will help you along. These are stars and jellyfish, as well as a few things you should avoid, which is the sea trash and the shark itself. So let's have a look at the game in action. So when you start the game, you can click how to play, which will give you the instructions on what you need to do in the game. And then clicking start will start the game. Now, as you can see, you're a little turtle swimming up and down. If you click, you'll swim upwards. If you let go, you go down. Now, basically, you're just aiming to get as many stars as possible because getting stars will add 1 second to your timer, and hitting the trash will take 1 second from your timer. If you do get a jellyfish, you will go into rainbow mode, and this will push the shark back from getting you a little bit, and it will also help you to avoid and swim through trash. There's also some obstacles like coral that will get in your way, but you can always just swim up or below it to push it out the way. We've got some more jellyfish here now, so we are swimming through the trash. The shark will go closer throughout the game at all times, so you really do need to get as much jellyfish as possible to keep him at bay. And as time goes on, if you don't get enough, he will catch up with you, as I feel is about to happen right about now. And oh dear, it's game over. So on this screen now, you have an opportunity to type your name. And if you do type your name in and submit your score, you'll see a list of all your high scores, which you can keep coming back to at any time and try to beat your score and be the best that you can be, basically. So that was the demo of our game, and I'm now going to pass you on to Charlotte, who will tell us a bit more about how we worked as a team.
Hello everyone, I'm going to start by talking about our days as a team. So this you see in front of us is our daily team timetable, and some of the important stuff on there is mobbing, which is working as a group. So every day we would do a bit of mobbing. We would kind of work together to help us understand our tech stack, help us make decisions together as a team, and it would help us like learn the entire code base. We'd know what each other's coding, we could explain it to each other and stuff like that. We also had a retro at the end of the day where we would go over everything we'd done that day, and then we would play Among Us for a little bit of team bonding and a bit of relaxation after the game, after the day has ended. So how we worked as a team, we were a team of 5, which was quite large. So we had to be really consistent with our communication. We had the retro at the end of the day, which we communicated all our ideas together and stuff. We had mood check-ins, and we also held a bit of time in the retro to give and receive feedback in case anybody wasn't like happy with how the team was working, and it was always a safe space for everyone to work together. As for our actual planning for the project, we worked on a Miro board, so there's a lot going on there, but we have like a tight daily timetable, we have to-do list, we have our wireframes and some brain like storming ideas for when we actually start our project. And for our minimum viable product, we just wanted our game to have a turtle that moves along, and the further you go, the more points you collect. This is like a rough timeline that we kept to. So the first day we was just doing project planning. The second day we started to code, but on the third day we realized that maybe our tech stack wasn't quite right, which we'll talk about next. So then Thursday we decided to change technology, and actually that worked out really well for us, and then it kind of was mostly smooth sailing from there onwards, adding graphics and fixing bugs and stuff, and then we are with our finished product today. I'm going to hand you over to Imogen, who's going to talk about the challenges in our project.
So as Charlotte mentioned, one of the main challenges that we faced was with our tech stack. We began to build our game with React Native Game Engine and Matter.js, but we really struggled to just render basic game elements and to get the physics applied to them. So that meant that we struggled to even get our player to move the way that we wanted to. There was a real lack of documentation for both the game engine and Matter.js. So we were making really slow progress and it was very experimental. Another thing that we struggled with was that we wanted to create hills, but because we were struggling with the physics, we were really struggling to get the ground and the player itself to interact well with each other. On this side, you can actually see a few examples of the first 3 days. So on the left there, that was 2 days of hard work. And on the right was after day 3. So as you can see, it wasn't going well. So how we overcame that. We did some research and we kind of realized that we'd rushed into our tech stack, that React Native Game Engine and Matter.js wasn't a great combination for the type of game we were trying to create. So yeah, after some more research and a lot of discussion, we decided on Phaser, which is a 2D game framework for making games for both mobile and desktop. So that was ideal for us, and it really allowed us to progress really quickly after we'd done that. I'm going to pass on now to Yasmin, who's going to talk about our new challenges we faced.
Hi everyone. So yeah, as previously mentioned, we'd chosen a new tech stack and it was pretty smooth sailing, but we did have a few struggles. The first one was testing. We did want to follow a test-driven development process. Unfortunately, we just didn't find a framework that was able to read Phaser.js. To solve that problem, essentially our testing was just playing the game. We were able to progress quickly and get a game done with what we were happy with by the Tuesday, and we were able to give it out to a few friends and family, and they kind of became our beta testers. So shout out to anyone that did that. Thank you very much. And the second challenge we had was with the physics again. Obstacles and things just didn't behave how we wanted them to. Trying to get the stars to go across, we ended up with an infinite amount and crashed my computer. But the solution to this was essentially we had to give up on the hills idea and essentially go for a swimming turtle, which was quite easy to do. A couple of things did happen whilst we were trying to make it swim though. Ended up with a crazy bouncing turtle and it's spinning around. But eventually we did get it gliding along nicely, and because of this we were able to implement a lot more features and add an element of randomness. So in the same game you could have hardly any obstacles, or you could have too much of everything. So it's a game of skill but also a bit of luck as well. So I'll just hand you over to Carlo and he'll talk about what we learned over the 2 weeks.
So yeah, so what did we learn? So we learned that it's important to research the tech stack that you're going to be doing on your project before jumping in. As mentioned earlier, we did start with React Native and ended up switching over to Phaser.js. It's better to start again from the beginning rather to struggle all the way forward. And although they do look nice, making games are harder than they look. So we did find that out, but eventually, we did, progress quite well during the weeks. So yeah, thank you very much. This is the website for our game, so please feel free to try it out by going in the website or scanning the QR code on the right. Again, the left picture shows us where we started, and right now on the right shows us how it's going. Once you play the game, keep an eye out for the Easter egg surprise. Obviously, you have to play it to see it. So get your cameras out, scan the QR code, and get dashing. Thank you.